This is installment 2 of Caliban, the Secret Art of Caliban. What we have here is something called Ptolemy the Clown, number 2. This is from two paintings. Ptolemy, I believe Ptolemy was a Greek philosopher, but he was, the Greeks had art too, I'm sure, with the Romans and the Greeks, and but math they were big on Aristotle or something like that. Whereas Ptolemy came up with the egocentric view of the universe. I'm guessing what we have here is a little table here, and this is a Renaissance painting. For example, they said how many angels will fit on the head of a pin, and here we have like this table all has sort of like a whirlwind, and then on top is a flat surface. And out here we have our sun and or our planet actually. It's if you notice closely, this is not even painted in this part here. It's supposed to be the rings of Saturn. Back in early Greek times, Mars and Venus were very close to the Earth, and they glowed much like a red fiery sun. But this is rings of Saturn, and it sort of looks like a UFO. And we have our character Ptolemy with this web pattern around him, and that is where the paintings come from, because this is like a web pattern, like a spider web, or a grid pattern of space and time. For all my paintings come from my imagination, but they come from parts in my future, going back into the past, and they become present. They make paintings. All my paintings exist in the present, and he's sort of like wearing a lab coat, and he has in his hand he has much like what I'm holding, some sort of pointer or megaphone, and then we have our window here, which is a doorway. This isn't much like a medieval a peasant house or something like that, and he's gazing out through the window, and he's going to step out into the universe. He's looking at the planet, and he's going to step out and see what's going on in his universe. So I sometimes like to flip the painting upside down, because in the Renaissance they had a technique called camera obscura, and all the great classics that were painted were actually fakes. They used a machine that was much like a camera, a pinhole camera, and the painting, the image would be reflected through a hole, through a light source onto a canvas, and they would just paint in, the artist would just paint in the painting, and then once it was done, the image was upside down, and once it was done, they would flip it over. I'm sure this could have been Rembrandt. His great paintings, which he only did maybe 40 in his life, 40 paintings in his lifetime. Rembrandt did, whereas something like Picasso did, 20,000 works in his lifetime, and painted into his 90s. He's sort of it's also signed Caliban Strange, and this Ptolemy the Clown is a tragic figure of medieval Renaissance, much like the Fool or the Jester.